Let fx be a quadratic polynomial in x such that fx is greater than or equal to 0 for all real numbers x. If f2 is equal to 0 and f4 equal to 6, what is f of minus 2? Now the first thing we need to look at in this question is, what does this mean? Fx is greater than or equal to 0. If I'll say this is the x-axis. If fx is greater than or equal to 0, that means it could be touching the x-axis but it will not cut the x-axis. Okay? So x-axis ko nahi katega. This is wrong. Okay? This is not going to happen because the moment it is going to cut the x-axis, kya matlab? Fx can be less than 0 also. Okay? So if I look at this as a graph, as a y-axis, y has to be greater than or equal to 0. So effectively it is saying y has to be greater than or equal to 0. That means this is not possible. What is possible is, if this is your graph, it is going to touch the x-axis only at one point. If it is going to touch x-axis only at one point, kya matlab hua? Repeated roots. Okay? If alpha is one root, the other root will also be alpha. Okay? So now let's look at this particular equation. f2 is equal to 0. What does this mean? This implies the roots are 2 and 2. Why 2 and 2? Because the repeated root hai, this is telling me this particular thing is telling me that it is not going to cut the x-axis, so there cannot be two roots. It is going to touch the x-axis, so it can have only one root. Okay? So it is x minus 2 into x minus 2. So what is my equation going to be? So what does that mean? F of x will be equal to x minus 2 into x minus 2 whole square. So let's say k. This is what my equation is, yk, because हमें मालूम नहीं x square का coefficient क्या होगा. So this is why I will write it. Now f of 2 is equal to 0. It will satisfy this thing. If f t equal to 0, if x is equal to 2, so it satisfies. So this is my equation as far as I am concerned. Now let's look at f of 4 क्या है. As per the question, f of 4 is equal to 6. What will this be? X into 4 minus 2 whole square. This is equal to 6. F of 4 is equal to 6 is what I am using. So what does that mean? 4 minus 2, 2 square is 4. That means 4k is equal to 6, or k is equal to 3 by 2. So the first thing we need to be clear is k is 3 by 2. That means the equation will be equal to, effectively that means our equation is equal to 3 by 2 into, this is my equation. What do we need to find? F of minus 2. 3 by 2 into minus 2 whole square, which is equal to minus 2 4. 4 square is 16. 16 into 3 48. 24. The correct answer is choice 4. In this question, I think this was critical to understand this. So what you need to remember is fx is greater than or equal to 0. That means only one root is going to be there. Okay. Let R be a real number such that fx is one of these things depending on the relationship between x and r. Then the equation f of x is equal to f of fx holds for all real values of x where x is which of these. Now ये जो question होते हैं ना, these are my regular जुगाड़ question. What is a जुगाड़ question? Take values. Algebra का मतलब होता है you have to take value. You don't solve mathematically. You just substitute values and verify. So algebra, I am again repeating, implies put values and verify. So our job is to verify by putting values rather than solving the question. Okay, चलो इस सवाल को देखते हैं. Now look at the choices. The choices are x less than equal to r, x greater than r, x greater than equal to r, x not equal to r. Okay, 4 choices are there. Let's check. Okay, now let me look at different scenarios. Okay, so what we need to find, x, r, we will assume. Based on these values, we'll find fx and f of fx. ये हमको निकालना है. Right? This is what we'll find. So let's look at x greater than r first. Okay. अगर x is equal to 3, r equal to 2. Let me assume this means x is greater than r. Okay. So if x is greater than r, this one rule will apply. So what is fx going to be? X is 3, r is 2. That means 6 minus 2, 4. Fx is 4. Now, what will be f of fx be? Now, in this case, it is nothing but f of 4. But 4 is again greater than 2. So, x is greater than r again holds. Okay. So क्या आ जाएगा? If x is 4, r is 2, what does it become? 8 minus 2, which is equal to 6. So this becomes equal to 6. Okay. So f of x is say 4, f of fx is equal to 6. These are not equal. That means this condition is not being satisfied. That means x greater than r is not possible. So as far as I am concerned, I will eliminate choice 2 because as per this, choice 2 is not holding. X greater than r does not give me fx equal to f of fx. इसका मतलब ये भी गलत होगी क्योंकि दोनों में greater है. Greater cannot be the answer. So my answer is either less than equal to or x not equal to r. Okay. Take another case. Let me take x equal to 3, r equal to 3. Now x is equal to r. अगर ये satisfy कर दिया, that means my answer will be 1. If it does not satisfy, then my answer should be 4. So we will get the answer in two iterations only. Okay, chalo. So x is 3, r is 3. What does it mean? 6 minus 3, 3. f of x is 3. And what does this become? Again, this we need to find f of 3. That means again that will be, अब हमको क्या निकालना है? F of 3. So now this is new x and the r remains 3 only. So again, x is equal to r. The same thing will have 6 minus 3 equal to 3. These are equal, so this satisfies. So x equal to r satisfies. That means this choice is wrong. This choice becomes the correct answer. Remember, your job in algebra is to substitute values and eliminate choices by verifying. Okay, rather than trying to solve it mathematically. Okay, Ankita buys 4 kg cashews, 14 kg peanuts and 6 kg almonds when the cost of 7 kg cashew is the same as 30 kg peanut or 9 kg almonds. She mixes all 3 nuts and marks a price for the mixture in order to make a profit of 1752. क्या मतलब वो? Marks the price of a mixture to make a profit of 1752. यानी mark price minus cost price is equal to 1752. That's the first thing it is given. She marks the price in order to make a profit of 1752. So mark price minus cost price 1752. Okay, चलो आगे चलते हैं. Okay. She sells 4 kg of the mixture at this mark price, remaining at a 20% discount on the mark price, thus making a total profit of 744. Okay. So her actual profit is 744. So I can say selling price minus cost price should be equal to 744. So far this is what we have got. Okay. Then the amount in rupees that she has spent in buying almonds is how much? Okay, almonds के लिए कितना time है? If I say the price per kg of almonds is A rupees. If I say almonds is A rupees per kg, that means she has purchased 6 almonds, the answer should be 6A, right? So the first thing I would do in such a question is check the choices. Any choice which is not the multiple of 6, वो तो गलत होगी. Unfortunately, all 4 choices are multiple of 6, so ये जुगाड़ नहीं काम कर रहा यहाँ पे बिल्कुल. And which means we need to solve. Now very quickly, this is not a question I would be interested in solving in the paper. Okay? In CAT, there is a question you should not be solving. Just leave it. बर्बाद सवाल है, कोई मतलब नहीं करने का, क्योंकि बहुत सारा डेटा है, बहुत सारी कैलकुलेशन है, and you will end up wasting 4-5 minutes, if not more. At least 4-5 minutes will get wasted, and even after that, you may or may not be able to get the right answer. Okay. So my suggestion in such a question is that this is either a round 2 question, जब कुछ करने को नहीं है, कुछ नहीं आता, 5 मिनट बचे तब आके देख लो, or leave the question. It is definitely not a round 1 question, not to be attempted in round 1. This is a waste of time. And if you are doing your calculation, please be willing to use the calculator. This kind of a question, calculator is available. This is for the kind of question for which you should be using the calculator. Okay. So, but ठीक है, let us look at solving this question. Okay. So far, I hope this is fine with everyone. Okay. Now, let's look at it. She bought 4 kg cashew, 14 kg peanut, 6 kg. She got total of 24 kg of nuts. Okay, and she will also given 7 kg of cashew. 7 kg of cashew is the same as that of 30 kg peanuts, is the same as 9 kg almonds. Okay, she mixes all the 3 nuts, 24 के 24 kilo mix कर दिया, and marks the price for the mixture in order to make a profit of 1752, which is what said mark price minus cost price is equal to 1752. Okay. Okay. She sells 4 kg of the mixture at the mark price and remaining at a 20% discount. So out of the 24 kg, 4 kg she sold at the mark price. And the balance 20 kg she sold at 80% of the mark price. Okay. So what is the total selling price equal to? 4 plus 16, 20. Okay. So this is my selling price. So if my mark price is MP per kg, if my mark price of 1 kg is MP, that means my mark price of 24 kg will be 24 times MP. Or you could make it easier and say, you could also say, okay, this is 20 MP. What is my mark price per kg? Divide by this. If my mark price per kg is equal to MP, that means selling price per kg will be not 20, sorry, 24. Because 24 kilo hai na? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I can clearly say, as far as this question is concerned, selling price is equal to 20 by 24 of mark price. Yahi hai na? This is nothing but selling price. So selling price, all I can say is this is 5 by 6. So I can say selling price is 5 by 6 of mark price, or mark price upon selling price will be equal to 6 by 5. Okay. So that's the first relationship I have. That mark price upon selling price has to be equal to 6 by 5. So if the mark price is X rupees per kg, total mark price becomes 6x rupees. Okay. And similarly, selling price 5x. Okay. So we know that mark price to selling price, the ratio is 6x, 6 is to 5. So I can say mark price is 6x, selling price is 5x. Okay. Now, what does it say? Just going back to the initial thing, not per kg, the total mark price is 6x, total selling price is 5x. Okay. Now, question says mark price minus cost price, because there's a markup of 1752 is 1752. And we also know selling price minus cost price is 744. Why? Because her final profit was only 744 rupees. So if we add these two, what do we get? Mark price minus selling price is equal to 1700 minus 7 is 1000. 52 minus 44, 1008. Okay. Now, if mark price is 6x and selling price is x, can I not say this is 6x minus 5x? Or x is equal to 1008. So what is my total mark price? 1008 into 6. And my selling price is 5 into. Okay. So I know that my mark price is 1006 into 1008, selling price is 5 into 1008. What do we need to find? We need to find the amount that she spent in buying almonds. So मुझे तो cost price चाहिए ना. So what is my cost price going to be? Selling price minus 744. My cost price is selling price minus 744. What is selling price? 5 into 1008. And what is 5 into 1008 equal to? 50. 5 into 1000 plus 5 into 8, 5040. Okay. So what does this become? 5040 minus 744. 5000 minus 700 will be 4300. 5000 minus 700, 4300. 40 minus 44 minus 4. So this becomes 4296. So I can say that my cost price is 4296. This is my total cost price. What is this cost price equal to? If it is nothing but 4 kg of cashew, 4C plus 14P plus 6A is equal to 4296. Right? This is my total is equal to 4296. Now, we already know this part. So what is C equal to? I want to find spent in almonds, so I need to find 6A. तो मेरे को सब कुछ in convert terms into of A करना है. 7C equal to 9A. So C should be 9 by 7A. So this is 4 into plus. What is P? 30P equal to 9A. So that means P equal to 9 by 30A. 14 into 9 by 30a plus 6a. Right? क्या हो गया? 14 3 tens are 3 nines are. Okay? 3 3s are 9 and 3 tens are. So how much does it become? 36 by 7a plus 14 3s are 42 by 10 4.2a plus 6a. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now you can, okay, you could also write this as 42 upon 10. That's not a problem. Okay, I'll just remove this. So, okay. Those of you are fond of fractions, you may want to write it as 42 by 10a. Okay, which is fine with me. Okay. Now you need to solve this thing to get the value of a, and your answer is going to be 6a. You find a from here and find 6a. Calculator use kar lena if you need to. I will not use a calculator. I will say the choices are far apart. If the choices are far apart, that means I can afford to approximate. So I'll do an approximation. Okay. So I will do an approximation to solve. What is for this 36 by 7? 7 5s are 35. So 36 will be 5.14a. This is nothing but 5.14a. This is in any case 4.2a and plus 6a. Okay. This is equal to, this is 4296. Okay. So what does it become? 6 and 5 11, 4 15, 15.34a equal to 4296. Okay. A will be equal to 4296 upon 15.34. What do we need to find? 6a. 6 into 6. Okay. Now you should use a calculator. Use a calculator, get the answer. Okay. However, if this was a ZAT paper, जिसमें calculator नहीं allowed है, there are papers in which calculator is not allowed. In those questions, what would you do? Okay, let's look at what would you do in those questions. What we need to do is this number. Okay, I would approximate it and say 6a is equal to 4296 upon 15.33 into 6. Now, why would I do 15.33? Because 0.33 is 1 by 3 and 15.33 will be 46 by 3. Okay, so I'll replace this with 46 by 3. So the exact calculation that we need to do is, okay, exact calculation that we need to do is 6a is equal to 4296 upon 15.34 into 6. This is what we need to do. I will not do that exactly. I'll say 6a is equal to, instead of 4296, I'll make it 4300. Okay. Instead of 15.33, I'll call it 46 by 3 multiplied with 6. So effectively this becomes 4300 into 6 into 3 upon 46. Okay. Now let's look at this number again. From a calculation perspective, let's look at this number. Can I say this is nothing but 43 by 46 into 1800? इन दो जीरो को हटा के मैंने इधर कर दिया. So effectively this is nothing but 43 by 46 into 1800. Okay. Now what does this tell you? Okay. This tells you your answer should be slightly less than 1800. This choice is wrong, this choice is wrong, because your answer has to be slightly less than 1800. 1450 or 1680? Most probably this one. But if you want to be even more sure, what is 43 by 46? What is 43 by 46? The difference is 3, isn't it? Can I say 43 by 46 is greater than 90%? 10% of 46 will be 4.6. So 90% will be 46 minus 4. It will be less than 42. 43 है तो 90% से ज़्यादा होगा ना? So I can say, then I can say my answer should be greater than 90% of 1800. Okay. My answer has to be greater than 90% of 1800. What is 10% of 1800? 10% of 1800 is 180, which means answer should be greater than 1620. Correct answer, choice 4. Okay. So whether you use the calculator initially or you do an approximation and work the way I have done, your choice. But end of the day, please don't do this kind of stupid question in the paper. These are questions which are meant to be left. ये उठा लोगे, under exam pressure, you'll end up spending 5-6 minutes, and even then you will not be sure whether you've got the right answer or not. I'm sure you have seen the amount of calculations which are there in this question. Good question to leave in the paper. Amal buys 110 kg of syrup, 120 kg of juice, syrup being 20% less costly than juice per kg. He sells 10 kg of syrup at 10% profit, 20 kg of juice at 20% profit. Mixing the remaining juice and syrup, Amal sells the mixture at rupees 308.32 per kg and makes an overall profit of 64%. Then Amal's cost price for syrup in rupees per kg is how much? This again is a question which is clearly telling you कि calculation बहुत ज़्यादा होगी, which obviously means there's not a question you should be attempting in the paper, or as I normally say, this is not a round 1 question. Okay, this is not a round 1 question. This is either a round 2 question or a question which you should be leaving. Okay, because if you do it in round 1, there are no choices to help you. Calculations are going to be high. Numbers are not convenient. You will end up wasting a lot of time, and even then, because it's a theta, you are not sure whether you have picked up it. So these are questions we should either leave or come back and do it in round 2 when you have ample time. Definitely not a round 1 question. Okay, but let's solve the question now. Okay. Amal buys 110 kg of syrup. Let me assume cost price of syrup and cost price of juice. Syrup is 20% less costly. So I will take cost price of juice to be 5x rupees a kg and syrup to be 4x rupees a kg. It is 20% less costly. Okay. So 5x and 4x rupees a kg is the cost price of this. Okay, let me write it down neatly. Okay, so as far as CP is concerned, syrup is 4x and juice is 5x rupees a kg. Okay. He sells 10 kg of syrup at 10% profit. If the cost price of syrup is 4x, at 10% profit, he is selling it at 4.4x rupees a kg. So when he is looking at the selling price, 10 kg of syrup at 4.4x, it will give him 44x rupees. Okay. 20 kg of juice at 20% profit. If cost price of juice is 5x, at 20% profit, if you are selling it, you will sell it at 6x rupees a kg. So plus 20 kg at 6x rupees a kg, so 120x. Okay. Mixing the remaining mixture of juice and syrup. Total mixture कितना था? 110 plus 120, there was a total of 230 kg. Out of which 10 kg of syrup and 20 kg of juice have been sold, and you are left with 200 kg of the mixture only. So what is the balance 200 kg sold at? At 308.32 rupees a kg. So this is a total selling price, 44x plus 120x plus 200 into 308.32. Okay. Okay. Now, he makes an overall profit of 64%. Okay. So what is the cost price? He purchased 110 kg of syrup. So cost price of syrup will be 440x. Sorry, 440x. 4 into 110. 120 kg of juice, so 5x into 120, 600x. This is total cost price. And the question says there's a profit of 64%. So that means selling price should be 1.64 into the cost price. Selling price should be 1.64 times the cost price. And what is cost price? 600 plus 440, 1040. Okay. So selling price is 1.64 into 1040x. So selling price is 64% more than the cost price is what we have got out here. Okay. So chalo. And what do we need to find? We want to find cost price of syrup, which is 4x. Cost price of syrup in rupees per kg is how much is what we need to find. Okay. So what is this? 164. plus 2 into 30832 is equal to 1.64 into 1040x. So can I divide this by 1.64 both sides? Equal to, right? No issues, I hope. So what is this? This is 100x plus 200 into 30832 upon 164. I will normally not do the calculation till I am forced to, so मैं number वैसे लिख दिया, खाली 1.64 को 164 किया तो 2 को 200 कर दिया. This is equal to 1040x. Now this is 1040, this here. So if I remove this, this will become 940x. Right? So what do we have with us now? So now we have 940x is equal to 200 into 30832 upon 164. Right? Or in other words, x should be equal to, I don't want 940x, I want x. But we don't want even x. We actually want cost price of syrup is 4x rupees a kg, so 4x into 4. Pull out your calculator and do it if you want to. Or you can do this thing again. Now please remember, there are no choices out here. Choices nahi hai na, तो भैया chance मत लो, calculator उठाओ, solve करो. But if you want to still cut it down, you can definitely do it. 4 ones are 4, 41. Okay. Now, what should you do? Okay. 20, what you have is 20 into, और इसको भी चलो कर लेते हैं, इसको 10 कर देते हैं, इसको 47 कर देते हैं. 10 and this effectively becomes 308320 divided by 41 into 47. Okay. This should be your answer. Okay. So please use the calculator and solve it for yourself.